Everyone, hi, I am Nata and I'm glad you so much. Today I have a full-fledged tutorial for you on such a cool, relevant summer top. My top is knitted from cotton yarn and great option for a hot weather. So we will knit from the bottom up. Next we will make armholes and only then we will begin to shape the neckline and make the corresponding decreases. The decrease in the neck is symmetrical. I like it so much. I will show and tell everything. On the reverse side, everything is identical. The edges of the top are knotted, so they keep their shape well. Okay, I made the shoulder seams using the stitch-to-stitch method. For those who are not comfortable, they can be sewn with a mattress seam. Now I will insert a couple of photos of how the top looks on me, and let's get started. I hope you like it as much as I do. A great choice for any look. For my work I used the following materials: 2.5 balls of cotton yarn, next circular needles, 4 millimeters, Tapstry needle, marker, tape measure, waste yarn or an additional knitting needle or pin, for example. From the beginning I knitted a sample and measured the gauge. I have 19 stitches and 28 rows. On hips 90 centimeter I will cast on 171 stitches. Cast on 171 stitches in any way convenient for you. I prefer the long tail method. Okay, now I'm going to join the knitting in a circle. Be sure that your stitches are not twisted. I slip the first stitch, transfer it to the right needle and over a stitch from the right needle. Okay. And come back the stitch and place the marker. And I'm going to knit in a round only with knit stitches. My top is standard length, so I will be knitting 84 rounds, which is 33 centimeter or 13 inches. Top body is ready, and the next step is the shape of armholes. To do this, we divide the body into front from the back. If you want a shorter top, work fewer rounds. Okay, on the front piece, take 84 stitches and begin to make decrease in each right side row. After 10 rows, we will shape a neck and continue to knit shells. Remove or transfer the back stitches on an additional yarn or knitting needle or pin. I'm going to use cable from the needles and stoppers to them. Return to knitting in back and forth rows, so knit tighter. Let's begin. I need the last stitch. Place marker. First stitch, knit 1, 2, and next 2 stitches together to the right. Good. Next 74 stitches, knit to the last 5 stitches, 2 stitches together to the left, okay, and 3 stitches, and the last stitches, knit stitch and turn. Good. So first stitch, slip stitch and yarn, hold the back, okay, and knit purl stitches to the last stitch, and each last stitch is knit stitch, okay. I'm going to continue to make decrease, slip stitch, yarn hold back, okay, and 1, 2, and the next 2 stitches together to the right. And continue to the last 5 stitches. Two stitches together to the left and 3 stitches. Last stitch through the back loop. And knit total 10 rows. And I'm going to make decreases to the each right side row. Continue to decrease to the right and to the left 3 more times. These knit pads will turn out. And then I'm going to divide the front piece into more pieces. We count 37 stitches. And now I'm going to knit each piece separately. Slip stitch, one stitch, two stitch, and two stitches together. Okay, next 27 stitches, and here the decreases will be as follows. The first row I make decreases, the second, third, fourth rows without decreases, and repeat from the first to the fourth. The first row make decreases, second, third, fourth without decreases. Continue to the last 5 stitches. 5, okay, 2 stitches together to the left, one, two, three through the back loop. Okay, second row purl stitches, first stitch slip stitch, I knit without decreasing the third row, and in this way we continue to decrease until 9 stitches remain. The last decrease will be in the 53rd row, and then up to the 74th row we knit without decreases each row. Well, knit further this piece, and don't forget to form knots along the edge. Slip the edge stitch while the yarn is at work, and last stitch is knit stitch through the back loop. So finished one piece, proceed to the next. Everything will be the same, I will only show how to make symmetrical decreases. Well, I finished all the decreases and knitted piece of the without decreases. Neckline height is 24 centimeter. (9.4 inches), and armhole height 27 centimeters or 10.6 inches. If necessary, move the stitches to the additional yarn. And let's make our decreases look at each other. So, knit the first stitch in the first row, slip stitches in the subsequent ones. Next, 1, 2, 3, and slip the stitch and make it like this. Okay, then we knit as usual until the last 5 stitches. Okay, and decreases 2 stitches to the right. To the right, okay, and next we knit the stitches and knit 3 rows without decreases. Good, 5th row. Slip stitch, 1, 2, and there should be a decrease here. We knit the stitch and throw the next one onto knit stitch. Okay. To the right, and knit up to the last 5 stitches and decrease to the right, to the right, and to the right. Okay, I'm going to knit the second pieces of the front similarly. So good, the front pieces are ready. Let's start knitting the back piece. I'm going to repeat the same thing, knit the armholes on each side. We will decrease 5 stitches, then divide into 2 pieces of 38 stitches and knit each piece separately. I'm going to make decrease here, and then placing the marker, all the steps in the correct sequence as always are in the tips from above, as well as in the description box. Or else, what's important, we got one additional stitch on the back. You will need to make a decrease in the 57th row and then knit up to the 74th row without any decreases. Make a decrease along the edge of the neck. Here will be the last decrease. It will be only one side, and then we knit without decreases 9 stitches, back and forth, back and forth. I will write everything. Knit, and let's start sewing the shoulders. I sewed one shoulder to show that it turns out neatly. Next, transfer 9 stitches to one needle and 9 stitches to other needle and place them opposite each other. The tapestry needle should go into each stitch 2 times, top down and bottom up. When you have sewn all the stitches, pull up each loop and fix the yarn. Well, it's good. Can be done even better. And now is blocking time. That's all. Check it out. If my video was helpful, please subscribe. Happy knitting and bye bye.